We'll discuss about the osteotomy cuts for maxillectomies. So first we'll discuss about the infrastructural maxillectomy. Suppose if the disease is in the lower part of the maxilla, what kind of maxillectomy you do? That is called an infrastructure or limited maxillectomy. So first osteotomy cut will be in the hard palate. This is the premaxilla, that is the part between the two lateral incisors. So usually up to the canine tooth and lateral incisor is preserved so that the prosthesis which is planned is properly hinged. So first osteotomy cut will be from the hard palate, then the junction in the midline coming posteriorly up to the junction of hard and soft palate, and then curves posteriorly around the maxillary tuberosity. The second osteotomy cut will be in the gingivobuccal sulcus coming all the way anterior up to the nasal pyramid. So depending upon the disease, either we can take it up or we can come along the floor of the nasal pyramid. And we join these two osteotomy cuts and then push the bone downwards and take a posterior cut involving the pterygoid plates. So this will be a slightly blind cut. So this is for infrastructural maxillectomy. For medial maxillectomy, we take lateral rhinotomy incision, raise the soft tissue, and then eventually maybe upper lip split may or may not be required depending upon the disease. But usually for medial maxillectomy, we don't give a lip split incision. After we have expose the underlying bone, the first osteotomy cut will be between the nasal bone and the frontal process of maxilla. So this will be a vertical straight osteotomy up to the nasion, and the nasal bone is out fractured. And the second osteotomy will be in the anterior wall of the maxillary sinus. So this is infraorbital foramen. So we have to preserve the infraorbital nerve in case of medial maxillectomy. After you have opened up the anterior wall of the maxilla, we take an osteotomy up to the floor of the nasal pyramid, and then take a straight osteotomy towards the posterior end of the nasal cavity. Superiorly, we go up to the frontoethmoidal suture line and keep it slightly below it. Why? Because this is the level of the skull base. Usually the anterior ethmoidal artery will be seen entering the lateral lamella. So we try to keep our osteotomy cut slightly below it. We take it posteriorly and just stop short of the optic canal. The lateral cut is taken from the inferior orbital margin, junction of medial and the inferior orbital margin posteriorly, and then joined with the initial horizontal cut, and the entire medial wall of maxilla is removed. This is about medial maxillectomy. In case of subtotal or radical maxillectomy, after we have given a subciliary extension, this entire soft tissue can be exposed and the underlying bone can be exposed. In this case, we don't preserve the infraorbital nerve. The maxillectomies here would be the first the osteotomies here would be how we did for infrastructural maxillectomy. The osteotomy will come from the lateral incisor towards the midline, coming posteriorly, junction of the hard and the soft palate, turning posteriorly along the maxillary tuberosity. And then the osteotomy will come onto the lateral wall of maxilla, anterior wall of maxilla, and depending upon the growth, usually it will somewhere come in the lateral part of the infraorbital margin, which can also run over the zygoma. From this point onwards, the osteotomy will curve and go medially. The superior osteotomy will be similar to how we did for medial maxillectomy, that is the junction between the frontal process of maxilla and the nasal bone, coming all the way up, staying slightly below the skull base, going posteriorly, falling short of the optic canal, and then eventually the inferior limb and the horizontal limb are connected posteriorly. And this entire maxilla will be mobilized, and using blunt dissection, the posterior cuts are taken, which would come towards the maxillary tuberosity and the inferior the pterygoid plates. The lower part of the pterygoid plates are cut. This entire maxilla is pulled down and removed. Usually there can be some troublesome bleed from the pterygopalatine fossa from the pterygoid venous plexus. So this is controlled either by bipolar cautery or by Surgicel. In case of orbital exenteration, we decompress the orbit first by bringing out the vitreous humor, and then we go above and towards the optic canal, and here we ligate the neurovascular bundle and then take out the tumor with the orbit. After, in case of orbital preservation, the floor can be reconstructed with the help of mesh or with sling.